Hi, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading is a monthly reading for June 2025 for the Earth sign of Virgo. Virgo, for the reading, I am using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. If I need to clarify, I'll be using the Gilded Tarot Royale by Sarah Marchetti. And then at the end, I'll pull one additional oracle card from the Soul's Journey deck just for additional guidance. So reminder, these are general readings, right? So the messages may or may not resonate. I also encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but your moon and rising, okay? Some months, maybe your sun sign reading might not resonate as well, but the others might. So it's good to listen to all of them just to get a clearer overview of what might be coming in this month for you. If you do enjoy the messages, I encourage you to please give the video a like up. Consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate that. All right. One more shuffle here and we will get started, Virgo. So you begin with center of the spread, the Six of Swords. So there's a walking away from a situation, right? The Six of Swords is air energy, has to do with it's the suit of the mind, it's communication, thoughts, how we get those thoughts across to other people. And, in this deck, it obviously shows it quite a little differently, but traditional tarot deck has, somebody in a boat, they're rowing away or being rowed away from choppy waters into calmer waters. Here you can see she's just dropped all the swords, she's turned her back on a situation, and she is heading in a different direction. So there is movement here. And it's about moving on. So leaving behind a difficult situation, in search of, a better situation or heading in this new direction. So there's movement. The Six of Swords, Eight of Cups, they're both cards, I would say, that represent this moving away, moving on. So there's movement, center of your spread, and new beginnings. What could help or hinder, right? It's crossed by the Fool card. This is Major Arcana. It's the 0, right? So it's the first of the Major Arcanas associated with the air sign of Aquarius. And, the Fool is about brand new beginnings. The Major Arcana begins with the Fool, and then the Fool goes through, all of the Major Arcanas on this journey before reaching the last of the Major Arcanas, which is the World card, and ends out that particular chapter in the person's life experience. So new beginnings, and the Fool, it's not just the new beginning, but it's about having or being fearless, right? Being willing to, you can see here that she's just standing on this cliff top, barefoot, right? Isn't carrying anything with her. Usually the Fool has like a tiny rucksack, but she's not even taking anything, and she has one foot hanging off, and it's like she's trusting that the universe will provide, trusting that the universe has her back, right? She is ready. She's fearless. She's, embarking upon this brand new cycle. So new cycle starting up. Wow, yeah, definitely. In the past position, right, the deep past foundation, you have more endings here with Major Arcana number 13, Death. So a month of significant endings and new beginnings already, I'm seeing here for you, Virgo. So the Death card is associated with the water sign of Scorpio, but it's about, through death comes new life. So endings and new beginnings. So one cycle, one chapter in your life coming to an end, and then new cycles, new beginnings coming in for you. In the recent past, we have the Five of Pentacles. So there could have been, recently you could have had a little bit of a sort of a worry about relating to your finances. The fives, it is sort of difficult energy in that it's and especially this Five of Pentacles, it's like this lack mentality. So thinking that, you're worrying about your finances, thinking that you don't have as much as you need, financially speaking, feeling left out in the cold, right? Suit of Pentacles, obviously you are Earth and Earth sign Virgo, but Pentacles associated with the Earth signs of Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And, it's to do with the money that we earn, the work that we do, the tangible things here in the material realm. So our home, family, right? But, a worry, a concern as far as your finances go, your job situation. But again, we have change. Yeah, that's like, I feel I'm repeating myself here, but crowning your reading, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is another major arcana. So you already have 3 major arcanas out of the 5 cards in the spread so far. And, the Wheel of Fortune is associated with the fire sign of Sagittarius, and it has to do with cycles, right? It's a very karmic energy. So the Wheel of Fortune, obviously the wheel, it turns. So, sometimes you could be on the downturn where things, it's like, when you go through those cycles, it's like everything just seems to go wrong. It's like one difficult thing, one bad news after another. But then now it's, your things are changing for you, right? You're on the uptick of the wheel here. And so things are starting to go in your favor. You're starting to see progress, especially coming, with this 5 of Pentacles. So it could be progress in your finances, right? In the work that you do, your career, right? The job. So some type of progress coming in. And also with the Wheel of Fortune, it's about kind of how we approach this turning of the wheel, right? It's about remaining balanced. So trying to sort of stay in the middle center of the wheel so that, we don't get knocked over when it is going in the one direction, or it's about trying to maintain balance in this Wheel of Fortune situation. But things are changing, very karmic energy. And wow, I would love to be Virgo this month, actually. In the near future, you have the Chariot. So major arcana, this is number 7. And the Chariot is associated with water energy. So the water sign of Cancer. And this is victory. But it's a victory like after, going through a difficult time, difficult situation. So it's a hard fought for, a hard won, victory. But victory nonetheless, right? So you are victorious. It's also movement. The Chariot, you can see there's just forward momentum, moving. So definitely movement is important this month, right? And you have movement in this new direction. The Chariot can also be something to do with a car. So it could be for some of you, getting a new car. It could also be travel across land, travel by car. But forward momentum as well. And, victory. The Chariot is a card of victory. You appear as the Page of Pentacles, right? So again, Earth energy. Pages in the Tarot, they typically bring news about something, right? In this case, news about a job offer, a new way for you to make money, something to do with finances. Can be like a lump sum of money as well coming in. Could be dealing with a younger Earth sign individual, so either a Virgo like yourself, Taurus, or Capricorn. But news about, your finances. Or like this sort of beginning phase of, and with all this change, it could be the beginning phases of a new job, a new way for you to make money, right? A new business. So something to do with, a new way of doing something to get money. In your environment, you have the King of Swords. So surrounding energies could be dealing with an older air sign individual. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The king, obviously as the king of his suit, he has mastered his suit of swords. So he is very, he's very good with his words. He's very intellectual. He's very astute. He's also good at communicating, so getting those thoughts across to other people. King of Swords can also represent someone who uses, sort of a sword or something that like a cutting instrument, so like a knife or something along those lines. So you could be dealing with someone who, as their profession, they are a chef, or they work in a kitchen, or they're a surgeon, or they're in the military, right? Or he could also be like a sort of legal counsel, so that because he's holding the sword of truth. So it's obviously going to be different for everybody watching, but speaking your truth could also be if you are taking on the energy of this King of Swords, or just seeking this counsel, getting advice from an older air sign individual, right, with this King of Swords surrounding you. In your hopes and fears, yeah, you're hoping for this this expansion, this growth potential. Threes in the Tarot, they do represent expansive energy and growth, right? And the Three of Wands, it has to do with the work that you do, fire energy here. It's, you know, it's our passion, drive, determination, ambition, creative projects and endeavors, the jobs that we do, right? So our work, our jobs. But, you know, if we think back to the Two, which comes immediately before this, the Two of Wands, it's you're standing at the crossroads and you're making a decision. So I go this way, this way. Now you've made the decision. And with the Three, you're waiting to see what type of return on investment you're going to have. So, you know, I've done this, I've chosen to go this route. And now what? It can also have to do with international. So I know it looks, in this deck, it doesn't look like the traditional tarot deck. Traditional tarot has the man, he's up on the cliff top, staring out to sea, waiting for his ships to come in. So it can represent like travel, you know, movement across water, travel to, you know, by water. But it's expansive energy. So you're hoping for either there's a, you know, some type of international component or travel related to this new cycle, this, you know, new opportunity, this new way for you to make money, or you're hoping for this, you know, this growth potential surrounding whatever this new thing is. And you have the Knight of Cups coming in as your outbound energy. Could be dealing with sort of middle-aged water sign individual, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is, you know, he's the Prince Charming. So he's coming in with the Holy Grail. You can see he's holding it here. And, you know, cups, it is water energy. It has to do with our emotions, our feelings, relationships. And typically this Knight of Cups, knights, they go off on quests. They bring back offerings. This is an offering of love. So could, for some of you, could be a new relationship coming in at the end of the month or towards the end of the month. For others, this, you know, chalice could represent whatever it is that you have been hoping for, or dreaming, right? So that dream job, or the, you know, this dream project or dream offer, right? Something along those lines, but it's coming in for you. And wow, you have as your overall energy, major arcana number 17, the Star. Star is associated with the air sign of Aquarius. And yeah, this is the wish upon a star. So it's wish fulfillment, all your dreams coming true, right? It's also a card of healing. So if there has been any type of injury or illness, you know, this is a card of healing as well. But, you know, this is beautiful energy. This is wish fulfillment. So you have, just to count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So half of your spread is major arcana, and they're significant major arcanas with, you know, the beginning of the major arcana is the Fool here, the Chariot with the you know, this victory, the very karmic energy of the Wheel of Fortune, the new cycles with the Death and the Fool. Very powerful month. And then wish fulfillment with the Star. Yeah, I don't even feel like I need to clarify, honestly. I mean, this is such a great reading. Out of all the readings I've done this month, Virgo, yours is definitely the best. Let me go ahead and let me pull you a clarifier. So from the Soul's Journey deck, one additional message for Virgo. What else does Virgo need to know? Okay. And the card that came out is Grief, and it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And I'm wondering whether this could be tied in with, because the only card that I would have clarified out of the entire spread would have been the Five of Pentacles sitting in the past position, which was this, you know, feeling left out in the cold. So I'm wondering if this Grief card has to do with that. Let's see what additional messages come in here. I'll read from the guidebook. It says, nothing is gone forever. The belief that we have lost someone or something is merely an illusion to assist us in learning to appreciate our having had it in the first place. The emotion of grief and the sense of loss are absolutely real, but that is the point. The lesson of loss is not about the actual physical separation, because the parting is temporary and illusory. The point of the lesson is to acknowledge that the bonds of love will never end and that we have not been abandoned. When you accept in your heart that you will be reunited with everything you have ever loved, it will give you the ability to move beyond your grief and derive something beneficial from the experience. To wallow in grief is to pass up the opportunity that you and your soul family have devised and learn nothing from it. Instead, allow your grief to take you to a deeper place of understanding. And, it's interesting because this Five of Pentacles, it's like this, lack mentality. The woman here, she's with the child out in the cold. So there could have been in the recent past, it could have been a disappointment or just, feeling that something was lacking as far as your finances go or the home situation goes. Obviously, it's going to be very different for everybody watching. But, the message here is to understand that sometimes losing, right, or not having maybe everything that we had hoped for or, or wished for in the case of financially speaking, like not having enough financially speaking, like it gives us this opportunity to, really appreciate it. So when it does come in, which, it looks like you have, especially like this Page of Pentacles, it can be like that lump sum of money coming in or that new job, that great way for you to make money. We actually appreciate it a lot more, right? So yeah, I think that I will leave it there. So it looks like a wonderful month for you. Please do leave comments below as you move through the month, just to see if this ties in with how your month of June actually goes for you. And again, if you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Consider joining the channel. I would really love to have you here as subscribers so you can get notifications whenever I post new content. I hope the messages have helped. I look forward to reading to you again, and just know I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of June. Bye for now.